Your sergeant at arms.
What?
Your sergeant at arms.
Okay. No incoming particular. Username password. Username. Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's begin the 251st meeting of Right Beginning Toastmasters. And with that, I would like to hand it over to our sergeant at arms of the day, Toastmaster Harsh.
Hello, good morning, fellow Toastmasters.
Good morning.
Welcome to our 251st meeting of Bright Beginning Toastmasters. As everybody in their life has a mission to achieve their goals, likewise, Toastmaster Club also has a mission. The mission of our club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communications and leadership skills, resulting in self-confidence and personal growth. Before starting the meeting, I'd like to mention 3 ground rules that we follow in our Toastmaster meetings. Rule number 1, please turn off your mobile phone uh, or put them on silent mode. We'll take 10 seconds to do that. All right. Rule number 2, please keep yourself on mute unless you are speaking. Rule number 3, please refrain yourself from talking about sex, religion, and politics. We are here all for a healthy discussion. For further proceedings, please help me in welcoming our presiding officer of today's meeting, Toastmaster Shaunak.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Hersham. Such a beautiful day. Well, I cannot say the environment is beautiful around based on what's happening around these days, but I request each one of you to be very cautious and do take care of yourself. And if your relatives or dear ones who are close to border areas, please ask them to take care of themselves. The Toastmaster has a vision to empower people, to break the monotony where people who are fighting the fear of public speaking. It empowers you to crush that fear. And that's the philosophy our club also follows. We invite people to come and speak their heart out so that they can get out of this fear of public speaking and also improve their personal communication that not only help them to get away with this fear, but also help in their personal and professional growth. So moving with this vision, I would like to first, I see a guest here today, Vishali. Vishali, why don't you turn on your camera and introduce yourself?
I can introduce myself without turning on camera. I'm not camera ready right now.
No worries, Vaishali. None of us are ready for that. So, I mean, if you are at all comfortable, you can turn on your camera.
Just give me a moment so I turn on.
You seems to be more ready than what we all are here. Over to you, please.
What should I speak? I should introduce myself, right? Okay, my name is Vishali Rohila. I've been working with a very good MNC. Its name is Galderma as a clinical education specialist. So my main role to develop any doctors independent to work their regular life. That's it. My main motto to be in part of the Toastmaster because I am very afraid of speaking with the strangers these days. So I thought of breaking this fear and come to the public speaking and talk about myself and about my work. Sir, you are on mute.
So Vishali, I ensure you that you are at the right place. Is this your first introduction with the Toastmaster? I mean, you are part of any
No,
for the first time?
this one is my first introduction, I feel. Today only I thought of joining by, link, and then I joined. All of
Perfect.
a sudden, all the people are interacting with me.
No, no, no. Don't worry. And I'll take your feedback at the end of the meeting. So
Yeah.
to proceed the meeting further, I would like to invite our Toastmaster of the day, enlightened, delighted, and charismatic Toastmaster Vineet.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shonak. Thank you for the introduction.
ठीक है
And I'll take this on the.
हाँ जी
You can take that.
we're switching.
I believe इसको यहाँ रखो बेटर है, ऊपर रहेगा.
स्टेज ही होगा ना तो हम लोग भी यहाँ बैठ सकते हैं. That way you have to face everything.
Speaker, have you turned on?
हाँ जी.
Good morning, everyone. I hope I'm audible, right?
Good morning.
It's a beautiful day. Like our Toastmaster presiding officer Shaunak has mentioned, it's a beautiful day, right? And apart from that, there are a lot of things are going around in the country. Let's jump to our focus to the session today by talking about a particular theme, like critical thinking. Papa, see, I have got this message. There is an advisory from the government that there is a lockdown, another lockdown in the country, across the country. What? What are you saying? Yes, yes, see, I have received this message. Who did you send this message? See, I have received from this unknown number. What? How can you believe it? Is this even real? I don't know. My fellow Toastmaster and friends, we all have witnessed these moments in our life many times, where a headline, a post, or a message trigger reaction, instant reaction. Sometimes we just share it, sometimes we believe it, and sometimes we act on it without stopping to think and say, is this true? Is this true? Is this true? Is this verified? In the world full of half truths, misinformations, and lot of opinions, we never ask valid questions. It's not just enough information. What we need is a better thinker. That's what critical thinking is all about. That's what we all have been blessed with. We are the only species in this world who has been blessed with the superpower, and that's what we exist for. So today, my friends, today's session is not just about speaking, it's about thinking. Let's sharpen our mind to challenge the assumptions, to break the myths, not just to celebrate the eloquence, but also to the intellect. So let's begin our session with critical thinking. I have a activity with me. I mean, before we proceed to introduce our general evaluator, I would like to hand over a bingo card. Can you hand this? I was wishing we have more people offline, but whosoever here, I will hand over this page to everyone. This is and I may have WhatsApp to everyone on the group so that you can participate. Yeah. So it's a bingo card. What is it? So today, as I mentioned, it's going to be a thinking session more than a speaking. So while everyone speaks on the stage or we go through an evaluation, whenever you come through any sort of behavior which is talking about critical thinking, you just cross that box. At the end of the session, we'll see who has the maximum number of crosses, and that person will win the game. So you just need not to listen other people. You also need to understand, analyze, and then respond to it. So this is an activity we are going to play the entire session. And then now let me invite our general evaluator of the day. Oh, Let me talk about the structure of the meeting. First, we have three sections. We have three sections in the session. First is prepared speeches. We have four speakers for the day, two speakers for the day, and then we have a table topic sessions, and then ultimately we'll have the evaluation sections. To start the meeting, I would like to invite our general evaluator for the day, Toastmaster Shaunak. Toastmaster Shaunak is not coming alone. He has a team who is not just one person, three-person supposed to be there. We should have a grammarian, timer, and a counter who is there not just to listen to us, but to give us the feedback by doing some critical thinking. Over to you, Toastmaster Shaunak.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vineet. As a general evaluator, I will be responsible to evaluate the complete proceeding of the meetings. I would be supported by by team members such as AHA counters, who will be taking care of the AHA ums or the filler words. Timer. For each of the section, there is a time dedicated. For prepared speeches, the timings are from 5 to 7 minutes. For table topics, it's 1 to 2 minutes, and for the evaluation, it's 2 to 3 minutes. The timer will be responsible to ensure that all the meetings, all the speeches, and the evaluation process happens within a defined period of time. Who's the counter and the grammarian?
Sorry?
Who's the counter and the grammarian?
Language evaluator is Anshuman.
I would like to now invite our language evaluator of the day today, Toastmaster Anshuman, to explain his role and introduce the role players. Over to you, Toastmaster Anshuman.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Vineet, and good morning, everyone. My role as a language evaluator will be to, first of all, look at the grammar usage that we're doing today in our respective roles, where I'll note down the good usages and not so good usages of the phrases and words today. And my duty is also to share the word of the day with all of us today. And the word of the day today is plethora. Plethora refers to a large amount or number of something. Plethora is most often used in the phrase of a plethora of. For example, the hotel offers a plethora of amenities, including indoor and outdoor pools, a fitness center, and a world class dining. I look forward to all of us using the word plethora in all our roles today. Along with that, my job will also be to note down the ums, you knows, or the filler words and sounds that we use in our respective roles and report to us so that we can reflect upon it and improve upon it in the future. Thanks a lot. Over to you, Toastmaster Sean.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anshuman. Now, I would like to invite our timer for today's meeting, Toastmaster Aryan, to come and explain his role.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today I will be your timer. And this is the timer cards I will be using to indicate to you how long you are in your speech or impromptu speaking session. So for prepared speeches session, we have a time of 5 to 7 minutes. So at 5 minutes, I'll show you the green card. At 6 minutes, I'll show you the yellow card, and at 7 minutes, I'll show you the red card. And for table topics, that will be from 1 to 2 minutes, 1 minute green card, 1.5 minute yellow card, and 2 minutes red card. That's it. I'll show you my report at the end of the meeting. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Aryan. Now, to start the meeting proceeding, I would like to call upon our Toastmaster of the day today, Toastmaster Vineet, to come and start the meeting proceedings.
Thank you, Toastmaster. So before we proceed for our first section of the day, which is the prepared speeches, let's add some energy to the room. Yeah? Yes. Shall we?
Yes.
How?
Sure.
About dancing? How about dancing? Anyone up for it? Should I call? Aryan, why don't you come on the floor and make us dance?
Sure, let's dance. I just tell you I don't know how to dance.
Yes, that's what I'm looking forward.
We had a Bhangra session at our division. I'll teach you that. Shaunak, do you remember the Bhangra session? It was like this, right? Yes. Aise kuch tha. Tell everybody stand.
Very good, guys. Very good. Very good. Thank you, Toastmaster Arvind. I hope you're feeling heat in the room, little bit at least. Okay, before proceeding to our first section of the day, let's taking the approach of our critical thinking of the day. Toastmaster Akansha just joined. Let me hand over her the bingo card. So please mark a square whenever you come across anything related to critical thinking behavior across the session. Any speaker, any evaluator, anyone who is speaking. If you find anyone talking about anything logically with citing a reason, challenging assumption, talking about facts, just mark it. And don't forget there is a free space for you as well. If you come across any moment during the session where you are deep diving into your critical thinking, please do spot it. Okay, so let's play a quick game of breaking the myths. I'll talk about some truth traps, and you just need to raise your hand if you are saying if you feel it's true. If you think it's false, keep your hands down. And remember, the goal is not just to answer; is to think. Okay, first myth, and it can be true. It's a truth trap. Human uses only 10% of their brain. Quick. Right. It's false. Great Wall of China is visible from the space.
With the microscope.
False.
It's false.
Okay.
Astronaut says it's not visible. It's too narrow and actually blend with the surroundings. Lightning never strike the same place again.
False.
False, it can, right?
It can. Spider crawls into your mouth while you sleep.
You sleep with your mouth open.
It can, right?
Actually, no, it's false. Spiders avoid human.
That's good to know.
Can they fall
Coffee.
inside?
Sorry.
Can they fall from the ceiling?
No, actually, they have a web. Coffee can stunt your growth, eye growth.
False.
True?
Depends on how young you are when you how much coffee.
False.
Prenatal in you.
It's false.
Okay.
It can affect your sleep, but there is no scientific proof of affecting your height. Banana grows on tree. Banana grows on trees.
Yes.
It's false. They grow on herbs. Those are non-woody herbs, right? They have a very short life, 6 to 9 months.
Can we use the sheet of paper to take notes?
Yes, you can. Water boils at lower temperature at higher altitude.
False.
Colder, na? How
Yeah.
can it require-
Water boils at lower temperature at higher altitude. True, IITian.
Why?
So atmospheric pressure, because the atmospheric pressure drop down, right? That's because your boiling point comes faster. That is why it takes longer time to cook things on the mountains. So that's all about this game. So well done. Some of you did very well with the thinking what we think, right? This was the trap, and the lesson was there. Critical thinking is not just about intelligence, it's about asking the right questions and adding the relevancy into the context, right? Before just believing it. Okay, now the time to move our next section of the day, prepared speeches. Who is our first speaker? None other than Toastmaster Harsh. And before that, can we have the evaluator? Who is the evaluator for Toastmaster?
Just check the printout.
You are evaluator. Let me invite Toastmaster Akansha to. Okay. You can ask him.
Zipper search is speaking.
Let's invite our Toastmaster Akansha, who is going to evaluate Toastmaster Harsh on his speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vinny. So Toastmaster Harsh will be delivering the first speech of level 3, and his topic is persuasive speech. All the best, Toastmaster Harsh. I would be giving you the feedback by the end of this session. Thank you.
Okay, now it's time to invite.
Speech topics. Do you want to have that over?
Yeah.
I can hand over.
Yeah.
What is the topic? Two versions. Okay, let's invite our speaker of the day. First speaker of the day, Toastmaster Harsh, whose topic is two versions. Welcome you, Toastmaster Harsh, and over to you. All the best.
He's so smarter than me.
Wow.
She's traveling the world at 26. What am I doing? Have you ever felt that sinking feeling? That weight when you think, I'm falling behind? I have. And it's lonely. It's overwhelming. But you know what? It's okay. Comparison isn't the actual problem. The problem lies in who you are comparing with. A few years ago, during my college, I'd look around and I'd think, I'm falling behind. People around me were scoring more, were living louder, were achieving their dreams. And I always felt, what am I doing? That is when it struck me. It carried on even after my college. It wasn't just that moment, it was the belief that got ingrained in me that I'll never be good enough. If I had continued that, I would never be happy, even with the plethora of achievements that I made. Then came a small, powerful moment. I stumbled upon a quote: compare yourself with who you were yesterday, not with who someone else is today. That small shift changed everything. I started looking backward and forward and not sideways. The past version of me, the shy introvert, and the future version, the confident, bold. I was not comparing myself anymore with others. I was comparing myself with myself. But some would say comparing with others motivates us. Yes, it does sometimes, but that's short lived. What remains is self doubt and imposter syndrome. I tell an event that happened with me. Last year, I gave my first Toastmaster speech. I was shaky, I was nervous, but I did it. From someone who could not even raise a hand to someone delivering a speech in front of people, I did it. This is my seventh speech. Am I the best? Not yet. But am I better? Definitely. And thinking how far I have come makes me feel proud. If I can come this far, I know I can go much farther. So, friends and fellow Toastmasters, I want to leave a message with all of you to not stop comparing, but comparing differently. Dig out an old photo, read an old journal, or just pause and think what you were a year ago. And when you do that, you'll see how far you have come. Whenever you are feeling underconfident or low, sit with two versions of yourself. One, one from your past, your older self, and one from your future, the one that you want to become. And that will act as a compass and give you hope because you have come way further from what you were. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Harsh. That was an amazing speech. I think you very well self-reflected. As Mahatma Gandhi also said once, it's not about whether you can do it right now or not. It's about whether you can believe it or not. You will get the capacity to do it while you move on. That's what you are doing right now. Amazing. Let's move on to our Next speaker.
Viju is not available.
Okay.
So we'll have to skip the second speech. We can move to table topics. We can have a round table evaluation also.
Okay, sure.
So we can have everybody. We can have 2 rounds of table topics.
Okay. Who's the table topic master? You are table. Okay. Okay, guys. Here's the fun part coming. Second section of the day. Table topic master, none other than hosting for us, Toastmaster Aryan. Thank you, Toastmaster Aryan. Over to you.
All right. As you all must know, whenever I am the table topic master, I like doing something fun. So today we're doing some separate challenges. And I'm opening it up to the crowd to suggest table topics to each other. So first speaker will be Shaunak. And everybody has the opportunity to give him any topic you like. Anshuman, any recommendation you'd like to give? Any very hard topic?
How to sell.
How to sell.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would like to learn that.
Thank you so much.
Toastmaster Shaunak, how to sell. How to sell Toastmaster Shaunak.
Believe it or not, we all have a capability where we can sell. Now, selling is a very broader term. You may sell your idea, you may sell your emotion, or you may sell a thing. There could have been times where you will be trying to convince your family for something you would be really longing for, but you would be looking for their approval or their participation. It could be a party over a weekend where you wanted your family to come along with you, and they may not be in an opinion to join with you. Or could be a trip where you wanted the complete family to be a part of it, but due to some of the other reasons, some of the people may not be available, and you will be trying to convince them to come and join for that trip. You may be providing them a lot of lucrative offers. Come, we'll have this, we'll have that, we'll go for this type of activity, we'll do that type of activity. And that will be a fun engagement. But in and out heart, it's not just about the people who are selling, coming to your doorstep, giving you lucrative offers or telling you about their products, but selling your ideas, your vision, your emotion, your love. We all have that capability of being a salesman. It's all about that, how good we convince other to go and sign up for that. With that, I hand it over back to our table topic master of the day, Toastmaster Aryan. Thank you.
Great. Now let's go for a table topic speaker online. Toastmaster Anshuman, your time.
We also have Toastmaster Nancy, Toastmaster Samud, soon to be Toastmaster Vishali, Toastmaster Aryan.
So you're trying to save yourself from the table topic.
Not at all. Always excited for a table topic. But we have Samud joining for the first time, right? So we want to put him in spot right away.
Acha, okay. So what topic would you like to give to him?
Like, maybe you can ask the audience, right?
Welcome, Toastmaster Samud.
Distinguished Toastmaster Samud. Right?
Distinguished Toastmaster Samud. Any topics? Anybody offline?
The most embarrassing moment.
Most embarrassing topic to begin with. He'll be like, why did I join this club?
Yeah. the most exciting moment.
Acha, okay.
It's exciting topic.
The most exciting moment of your life, Toastmaster Samud. The most exciting moment of your life, Toastmaster Samud.
Good morning, everyone. Yes, I was feeling kind of it's embarrassing moment for me when Toastmaster Aryan could not recognize me when I was there and cheering in the division contest, and this person, gentleman, could not recognize me. Yes, indeed, it's an embarrassing moment for me. Although, what gave me the excitement was the kind of speech he delivered that day. That makes my day. I could feel the kind of his speech and the delivery and the style and the pauses and anecdotes and the story, impactful story that you delivered that day. That hooks me, and that gives me one image that I can assume that I can have of Toastmaster Aryan was he's a bold speaker. Yes. Isn't that exciting? Yes. And joining a club, and when you are thrown a table topic and asking to share your embarrassment moment, I could share. There are many. But yes, it's not about that embarrassment moment. It's all about what you learn from those embarrassment moments and how you define yourself and how do you practically apply in your life, so that in life, if you went through that scenario, how can you turn the table and make it an exciting one? What do you think, Toastmaster Aryan?
All right, thank you. Okay, for our next table topic speaker, we have Toastmaster Harsh.
Okay. Right.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Actually, we'll introduce them towards the end. Okay, Toastmaster Harsh. So I'll give you a prop and a topic.
Okay.
Okay. Your topic is climate change, and this is your topic, greenery. Toastmaster Harsh, climate change. Climate change, Toastmaster Harsh.
I come from a very scenic place, a place in the heart of Northeast called Guwahati. Rivers flowing by, trees all around, the air, it's so fresh to breathe. When I moved to Gurgaon, I saw the drastic difference in this place. Lesser trees, polluted air, and no river. It felt like the climate was not suitable for me. From living in a place where uh, just being outside your house filled me with joy, to coming to a place where there was nothing but buildings all around. I got a glimpse of what climate change would do. A, a planet without plants, a planet without greenery. It will not just limit lives of the people, but it will also limit hopes in our heart. I can vouch for what uh, a, a good scenery and greenery does to a place, and for that reason, I feel that we all should take initiatives and uh, prepare for a better future of our planet and plant more trees and save our resources as much as we can, so that our future generations can enjoy the beauty that we have currently. Thank you.
Okay, for our next topic. Let's go online. All right, welcome Toastmaster Nancy. Is it possible to come on camera? Who else do we have online? Yes, lovely. All right, Toastmaster Nancy, I have a topic for you. Toastmaster Nancy, one time in your life that critical thinking changed everything. One time in your life when critical thinking changed everything, Toastmaster Nancy.
Critical thinking is important at every point of life, I would say. It's not that it's just one part, that was just one decision wherein I made that that decision and I thought critically. It's like, I mean, many moments in our life, we I feel that critical thinking is very, very important, because uh, each and every moment, even I mean, even if we talk about personal life or professional life, anywhere, that is very, very important. And without critical thinking, I feel that sometimes you make the decisions which were not right for you. And so I feel that it is very important while making decisions, you should, critical thinking is very, very important, that part of it. So that's, I mean, it's not that one moment. There are n number of moments where I feel that critical thinking is very important, and I feel that I mean there are n number of moments, I would say. Yeah, that's all from my side. Thank you.
All right, great. Lovely Toastmaster Nancy. I think we all have different ways of responding to a table topic when we don't know what to say. I remember one of my first table topics. It was if I could be any character from any movie, what would I say? And I wanted to be Iron Man. And 50 words out of 200 words there was Iron Man and thrusters. My way of responding to a confusing table topic is just repeating, and some other people, they don't know what to say. And for the first time, I noticed, you were able to grip onto a very, very good storyline during your table topic. That's lovely. All right, let's move to the next table topic speaker. Okay, Toastmaster Anshuman, ready?
One offline, one online. Right?
Okay. Any topic suggestions?
Your experience of managing baby for the first time.
Okay. Okay, Toastmaster Anshuman, how does critical thinking help when you have an infant child? How does critical thinking help when you have an infant child, Toastmaster Anshuman?
Critical thinking and a child don't go well together. Initially, when you plan for a child at home having a baby, you have a certain idea that the child will be dependent on you for feeding, for taking care of him end to end. But when it hits you, then you realize that all the plans on all the critical thinking is a sham. There's no critical thinking, there's no thinking per se. It's just a on the go activity that the when the child reacts, you react. You have a broader idea that this is what you have to do, that if the child in his own mysterious ways is signaling something, you have to have a checklist. Is it due to requirement of feeding? Is it burping? Is it cleaning his diapers? Is it he wants a stroll? So you have to figure out. So that maze, the problem solving takes 10 to 15 minutes. So that really develops your deep critical thinking of having a checklist and figuring out a problem which you want to solve for. At the same time, on the longer run, I believe once the child grows, develops, and matures, then maybe my critical thinking skills may apply as a parent when I have to figure out what's the best development milestones for him, what will be the right future for him. But for now, critical thinking and baby are misnomers. They should not be associated with each other at all, and should its usage should be banned across Toastmasters and the globe. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Aryan.
Lovely topic. Okay, I think everybody's done once. Vinith, did you get a chance?
Sorry.
You've gotten a table topic, right? No.
Vishali,
Ah,
Akansha.
Vishali, would you like to give a table topic? I know you wanted to just watch today. Don't worry, I'll give you an easy topic.
Okay, I can try.
Sure. Okay. Toastmaster to be Vishali. One time when critical thinking
Just give me a moment. I just need to keep down some voice.
Sure.
Now, please.
One time when critical thinking made all the difference, Toastmaster to be Vishali. Over to you.
Uh, okay. So I just wanted to tell that critical thinking is not a one thought. Actually, it's a question of thoughts that people perceive. Like, there is so many things are going around in the Toastmaster as well. I'm taking example. Like I'm observing so many peoples today, right? So maybe my opinion can be different from another people. So it's not a one opinion that is loudest, but it's being a very quiet observer who build in story and about the fact and logics and why people are talking about it, right? And like why the storytelling is working, why this particular critical thinking topic is selected by the people. So back in my mind, all these questions are happening, right? In the last, I am going to thought about it, ki, right? Who delivered the best, who delivered the best critical thinking answer, right? So this is all about me, and this is what I thought about the critical thinking. And people thought ki, like I have so many questions to ask in between the chat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I need to cut. I think that's it.
All right, great, lovely. I believe this was your first table topic, right? First meeting, first table topic. Lovely, lovely. You know, you gripped. Anyway, let's move on to the next table topic. Toastmaster Vineet. How to decide on a meeting theme as a team mod. How to decide on a meeting theme as a team mod, Toastmaster Vineet.
This can be cue for other people next time. How to decide for a meeting theme as a team. I think we don't need to look far. You just need to look closer. Look what's happening around you. You will find multiple instances, movement which you would like to share with others, but not directly sharing with others. Just convert into some form of theme. That's what we did today. That's how I decided this theme for the day. Because I came across certain instances in my professional life that required critical thinking. I was not even sure what critical thinking is. So it helped, so actually dig deeper to understand, and it helped me in a great way. So I thought, why not make this as a theme for the Toastmaster Club as well? And let's everybody think about something we have been doing unknowingly in and out, day and night, but we don't know. For example, when we talking to someone, someone is talking, we are just listening. We are listening, but not actively listening. We are passively listening. We just wait for them to stop and respond. We do not listen to other people perception. That is also a part of a critical thinking. Not just giving your opinions, listening to other people's ideas also. So this is how you can come across different type of themes when you dig deeper into your daily lives, not just professional, but into personal areas as well. Thank you. Over to Toastmaster Arun.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, who's ready for a second round of table topics? Would you like a topic?
I guess not everyone is done.
Is anybody left online? Nancy had a chance, some other chance. Anshuman's also done.
Hi, Vinith. Actually, now in between, I got a call from my company, so I got confused. If you
Okay.
want, I can start further, and then I know my words was so fumbling, and the background में मेरी company से call आ रहा था, so I got confused. If
No,
you
no,
want, I can tell you the story regarding the critical thinking.
sure. Should I give you another topic? Maybe you can go from there.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, I'll give you something. Okay, interesting. Toastmaster Vineet has recommended some interesting topics. Okay, Toastmaster to be Vishali. Your topic is you're given conflicting reports on a business deal. How do you decide? You're given conflicting reports on a business deal. How do you decide?
So the
To
conflicting reports
yes,
to a business deals.
yes.
So how do I decide what?
How to move ahead? How to carry out the strategy, execute.
Okay. And it could be so many scenarios, right? Conflicting में हो सकता है कि my team is not going to be agreeing with my facts that I have decided. हो सकता है कि that there is a strategy that I have made to utilize a part of the team, and but again they think कि this is not right way of going it. So I am giving you one example, right? So these days, my company, I'm working with one of my competitor companies, right? And both we are making a very good products, like pillar we are talking about. So both companies having the same hyaluronic acids, but still we are telling that our product is better than others because of so many other reasons. So I made a report regarding that. I am going to go with the facts. Like I have scientifically researched that these many are the papers with our brands that we are going to circulate to the doctors. So I'll provide them all the facts why I'm speaking. It's not a conflicting, just how I proud of it.
All right, great. Love it. It just kind of reminds me when I was first a Toastmaster, I was never able to, figure out what to say when I got a topic. You're very, on point. You can like figure out something immediately. Like, go on, table topic, district winner. I'll tell you.
This is what I'm good with critical thinking. Always my friends tell me that I'm a
Okay,
good with. And today's the topic is critical.
great. Let's go on to the next table topic speaker, Toastmaster Kaksha. Any recommended topic, please.
Okay. So, Toastmaster Kansha, a viral video spread misinformation. How would you fact check and spread and respond? Sorry. How would you fact check and respond?
Thank you, Toastmaster Vineet. Information. Information is data, and data today is the most important thing in the world. It is supposed to be the new currency of the coming ages. And data can have its pros as well as its cons. Information takes, it's like a fire. Just like how a wildfire spreads, similarly, a piece of information can spread from one person to another very, very quickly. And in certain times, especially like the ones today, for example, where there are a lot of countries all across the globe, having conflicts with each other. And our example is the one that is most recent right now, the war between India and Pakistan. Recently, we have seen hundreds of videos, older videos, being circulated around and labeled as Pakistan has attacked India or India's jets have been down, and these videos are being circulated by none other than our news agencies. And it is of utmost importance to make sure that the information does not spread. Now, how would I verify whether the information is correct or not? Being a responsible citizen, I would go and check with multiple resources. If it is very important to also only believe on the government officials and no other sites. We should not be looking into Instagram pages, because there are a lot of people who have the propaganda of spreading hatred and who have their own very strong personal beliefs. But the world does not function according to one person's personal belief. Hence, it is very important to make sure that you verify the information before circulating it forward. Thank you. Oh, over to
Thank you, Toastmaster Kansha.
All right. Toastmaster Samod, are you ready for your second topic?
Distinguished Toastmaster Samant.
Distinguished Toastmaster Samod. I'm not used to having a distinguished Toastmaster in our club.
Yes.
Trying to get used to it. Distinguished Toastmaster Samod. Ready for our second topic? Great. Any suggestions? Crowd suggestions? Toastmaster Anshuman, anything?
What's a belief you hold with which many people disagree?
Okay. Lovely topic. Toastmaster Samod. What's a belief you hold with which many people disagree? What's a belief you hold with which many people disagree? Toastmaster Samod.
When I was a small kid, and I used to see my father coming after 6 months, 9 months from the border because he is an ex-army man. And I was just 7 years old kid. I still vividly remember my father's uniform as an army and coming from Gypsy. I was running through to touch my feet of my father and take blessings and get all the chocolates. And he used to bring dates from Kashmir. I have seen the hardship that my father went through. And I also admired and I was dreaming of to go join Indian Army. Unfortunately, I was not able to make it, but I have seen what an army man carries, and that true spirit lies within me. Saying that, my father gives me that one lessons that I still keep in my heart that no matter what, you do not give up on anything. Whether everyone is pointing fingers on you, what do you think? Listen to your instincts. Do not worry about the results because that's merely a noise. People, you will do good or bad. There are people who will throw stones at you. Do not listen to them. Just listen to your instincts and just take the next step. And that is what I feel people, particularly not India, I'm talking about in Bihar because I belong from Bihar. People think twice before taking one step, thinking that what people will say, while what my society will think. It's not the society who's going to pay your bills. It's not a society who is going to pay the school fees of children. Just think of yourself and just ignore the noise. That one lessons keeps me what I am today. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Sure. Acha. Now it's my chance to get a hard table topic.
Toastmaster Arif, if you could declare a holiday, what would it be and how would people celebrate it? Toastmaster Arif, if you could declare a holiday, what would it be and how would people celebrate it?
Holidays. They're our way of remembering old people. To this day, people remember Mahatma Gandhi because there's a holiday after him. People remember all these famous politicians who changed everything because of a holiday. Martin Luther King, everybody all over the world, great people who changed the world are remembered by a holiday. So if I could create a holiday, I would create a holiday in my name. It's Aryan Jayanti. That's so weird to say. Toastmaster. Oh, hopefully distinguished Toastmaster Aryan Jayanti. And that would be our way of remembering, the great club that PBTMC has become. And we have hundreds of distinguished Toastmasters and, tens of presidents and vice president educations. And that would be our way of holding on to how Toastmasters, how Bright Beginning began. As Toastmaster Anshuman was telling in our last meeting one time when there were just two people in a meeting, Toastmaster Anshuman, Toastmaster Mayank, and a third guy came by in shorts, and they had to continue the meeting even though they were not planning on it at all. And that would be that Bright beginning Jayantis, I think, is a better word. It's better. That would be our way of remembering how bright beginning began. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aryan.
All right. Let's take
I
to
have one activity.
Take it. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aryan. Okay, let's continue with our critical thinking again. Are we ready for that?
Yes.
Okay, here's the energy. Okay, we have a scenario, and I want everyone to deep dive and think about the valid questions you can ask in this scenario. Let's say you have two leaders. It can be in your personal life, professional life. They both give you a direction. One says left, other says right, and both sound very convincing and confident. How will you decide? Which direction will you choose?
Flip of coin.
Outcome based.
Yeah. Use on my own critical thinking and reach a decision.
How? Questions.
By weighing the pros and the cons, I would ask, why do you want me to go left? Why do you want me to go right? And then whatever reasons they give, I would ask questions behind those reasons.
And look at people who chose left or right and how their lives turned out.
Great. Harsh.
So there are 2, 3 ways to look at it. First, I will tell them my situation, and I'll see based on my situation, the right is better or left is better than I. That is one of the thing. Another is based on the references. Okay, that if these many people have gone right, what has happened? If these many people have gone left, what has happened? And then I'll make a call considering what is the best based on my situation.
Great, you're using statistic.
What if both options are wrong? You have to go back.
Maybe. I don't know.
Look for a third one.
Anyone online would like to add something? How will you decide? What questions will you ask to find out the right direction?
Firstly, can I answer?
Yes, please go ahead.
Firstly, I ask the facts why they are giving a different directions, and then I understand the leader opinion, who knows the better, bigger pictures about giving the directions again, and then I evaluate the risk, I evaluate the consequences, and then according to my facts and their other understandings, I'll go with the one particular direction.
Fact checks and understanding the consequences is also a trait of a critical thinking. Anyone else?
I would ask them, if you were in a situation, would you take that?
They have already decided left and right.
They would be trying to sabotage
They,
you.
they chose as themselves. They did not choose as her.
I'll also ask for an assumptions they have factored for left and right.
Yes. Challenging the assumptions. That's the biggest trait of a critical thinker. Not just believing in what is served to you, asking the right questions, or not just. So, no, it's not about always believing in or declining always. It's about asking the right questions. So, yes, that's what critical thinking is all about. If I were in that situation, I would have asked about the source. How did you reach to a decision that I should take left? One of the leader might say, who decided to go left, would have said, it as per my experience, and another would have said, I'm checking through Google Map. That is your destination. This is your shortest path. It can be any valid fact check. If we are doing asking right questions, we will reach to our solution, being professional and personal.
So I deserve it.
Okay, now let's time for our last section of the day. Or we want to go another round of.
Do we have more activities we can try?
No, I don't have.
Actually, let's have a roundtable evaluation. So we can all give feedback to us, but no overlapping. Everybody has to give their own points.
Sorry, didn't understood.
Everybody gives an evaluation to Harsh without any overlapping points. You can't repeat.
Yeah, I get to go first.
No, you get to go last. Shaunak first, then
But
me.
she's an evaluator.
That's why she has to go last. Now she has the best points. She has 3 minutes worth of content.
Ask me. Invite me.
Okay, let me invite our presiding officer and general evaluator of the day, Toastmaster Shaunak. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vinny. Let me start with the evaluation process. So evaluation is one of the key processes of this entire meeting. The reason being, we deliver speeches, we deliver table topics, we speak a lot, but who is going to validate what we are doing, what is right, what is wrong, and if there are any improvement areas, who is going to tell that? And that's where the evaluation section comes into the picture. This is the key section of this entire meeting that emphasize on the improvement area so that you implement those practices and make yourself better every time. Today's talking about, before getting into the complete structure of the meeting and inviting the timer and the AHA counters to share their report, let me just share an evaluation on her speech based on my feedback, and I would like every one of you to share your feedback. But that's a roundtable evaluation. That's what we are going to do, and there should not be overlap. Based on my feedback, it should not reflect in your feedback that you're going to give to the Harsh. So it should be a unique feedback coming from everyone. Harsh, you were very precise on the agenda which you delivered, very confident. There was absolute, what I'll say, the stage presence that came out of you. The only thing, you should be very prompt when you are speaking. I see bit of the pauses. Definitely, you may be thinking at the back, what I need to speak next, and that's very much evident and human. At times, when things are running in the back of our mind, but how to deliver and construct that as a form of a speech, we think about it. But yes, and that's one of a shortcoming as well that we see, not only with you. I mean, it happens with me and with a lot of the people, where we lose that essence of the time, because the main thing is how you hook up your audiences. And these type of scenarios somehow, bring that disconnect between you and the audience. So my only suggestion is that be confident about what you're speaking. Practice your speech 2 3 times very confidently without looking into the paper, no matter if you miss some of the points which are not there. But at least if you are able to deliver the message, that's the key thing I can think of. So I'm now inviting Toastmaster Aryan to come and, sorry,
I will ask, please.
I would like now to invite Toastmaster Vineet to come and share his feedback on Toastmaster her speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shonak. I think, as you mentioned rightly during your speech as well, that you are not best yet, but you have become better. And that's what I felt during the speech, that you have improved a lot and you are on the right path to become better and better every day. One thing which I feel could have added much, value to the speech would have been energy. If you speak with more energy, more enthusiasm, it will help people to listen you, engage with you. That's what I feel. You should add that element and variety of tones, which will help to connect people around you. That's from my side. Now, Toastmaster. उसका पूरा ही है ना तो Toastmaster Aryan.
Sure. I already know what points Akanksha is going to cover, so I can cover them before. All right. So Toastmaster Harsh, your message is your strong point. You're very clear about what you're trying to say in your speech. And one of your strong points also is that your hands are very varied. Instead of doing the same thing again and again, you have different things you're doing again. Your upper body, your body language is completely on board. It's perfect. But your lower body, you're not moving very much. You're just standing here. So if you'll just put some parts of your speech, if you can divide it into 3 or 4 parts, and first part ends here, second part you go there, and whoa, no, this happened, and then here you come, and that way you can use your stage and become more comfortable with it, right? One more thing, Toastmaster Anshuman gave me this feedback before the division contest is, when you are giving your speech, you have to act as if you believe it completely. If even if it's completely wrong, give it as if this is the truth, this is Bible to me. If if you say it like, I don't completely believe it, or this is a speech I wrote yesterday and I don't know how good it is, then the audience can feel that. So for 7 minutes, just act as if you completely believe it. This is the 7 minutes of my life. Those are two very important things that would completely revamp your speaking, I think. But great speech, and I can't wait to hear your following speeches as well. Next evaluator, we have Toastmaster Kaksha. Acha, haan. Toastmaster Anshuman, I think you watched the speech. Any feedback from you? I think
I'll share offline Toastmaster.
Sorry?
I'll share offline with Toastmaster Harsh directly.
Acha, okay. I think Toastmaster Samod, you hadn't joined by then. I would ask you for feedback. Did you watch the speech?
I think I heard the last 2 minutes of the speech.
Acha, is there any point that you'd like to bring up?
The one point that I think Vineet already mentioned, that the tonality part, it was going flat. So
Okay.
the voice modulation was one aspect mentioned in the speech.
All right, great.
That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's move to the evaluators, Toastmaster Akansha.
Don't stop comparing, compare differently. A message that I'm definitely taking home with me today, and something that I'll make sure I tell my younger siblings. A beautiful message with a beautiful story. Kudos Toastmaster Harsh for delivering a beautiful speech. Some things that really stood out at your speech for me were at the following. Number one, your structure. You had a great opening with a dialogue, which we rarely see, and it's a good element to be presented in the beginning of this speech. Apart from that, you had a lot of dialogues moving forward, as well as you had some great elements with beautiful analogies and some good usages of great words as well. So, what a good structure does is that it makes the point that you're trying to deliver to the audience very, very clear. Okay, like we were with you on the story, and I could gauge the message, and it makes the message very easy for the people to remember. Next, pauses. I know that some people have already spoken about pauses, but your use of pauses at certain points really stood out for me, especially when you really wanted to, bring out the emphasis. Like if you were low, then you did try to keep your voice a little low. However, it could have been that it was maybe a little too low at that point of time. I will be covering that going forward. One another great use of pause was when you forgot your speech. So most of the times when people forget their speech, they are unable to bounce back because they lose their entire confidence. But what you did today is a great example for all of us in our club to follow. If in case you do forget when you're on the speech, take a few seconds pause so that you can bounce back stronger. Just like when we say a lion takes two strides back, it comes back forward with much more might. So great job, Toastmaster Harsh, there. It was something very spontaneous and something that you did greatly. Moving on, you had great elements in your speech. However, to make them much better, I have a few suggestions for you. They would be number one, speaking about the beginning. I know I said that you had great dialogue. It was a good written element. However, if we come to the delivery bit, the beginning of the speech, it needs to be very, very impactful. So there's this saying that, within the first 30 seconds, the audience makes a decision whether they are going to stay with you throughout the speech or not. So keeping that in mind, your beginning, according to me, was a little low, where you failed to grab the attention of the audience in the first go itself. So what you can do for the next speeches is that you can, first of all, practice voice modulation bit, as people have already suggested. So if once you start practicing on the voice modulation, you'll be able to make out for yourself what is an impactful beginning. Another thing that you can do is record yourself. Once you record yourself, watch it as an audience, and you will be able to cover up most of the things. Next was stage movement, which Toastmaster Aryan has already covered. However, adding to what Toastmaster Aryan said, because you did forget at some point, so what I do is I mark the stage into three different bits, and I use different parts of the stage as to cues of the parts of my speech as to what I have to say next. For example, you had two different parts of the story. So you could have delivered the past on the left hand side, and as you talked about the present, you could have moved to the right. One another key would be to use transitions. When you're transitioning from one point of the story to another, that is when you move from one point of the stage to another. Next point that I would have would be eye contact. I could see that you were really trying to maintain eye contact with everybody. However, I could understand that there's a limited audience here, but going forward, try to make sure that you make an eye contact for a few seconds. Like if you have made an eye contact with an audience, especially with a limited seating, hold it for 2 to 3 seconds so that the person stays connected with you at least in that moment. That way, even if there are highs and lows in terms of voice modulation or stage movement, the audience will at least stay with you because you've maintained eye contact with them. So, to summarize, you had great structure, pauses, good use of pauses, good hand gestures as well. And you can challenge yourself by working on your voice modulation and your eye contact. Thank you. Over to you, dear Modi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Akansha. I think she has set an example of critical thinking. She has delved deeper into your speech and figure out all the elements that work for you, and that's where you need to work. Kudos to Toastmaster Akansha. Now G. Okay. Let's invite back our Toastmaster Shonak.
Continue with our evaluation process. I would like to now invite Toastmaster Anshuman to come and share his report as a grammarian and the overall
Thanks a
evaluation.
lot. Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Shonak. I had a busy morning as a language evaluator today morning. I'll be sharing the grammarian report first to begin with. In terms of good usages, we had plethora of good usages of phrases in the morning, but unfortunately, plethora is the word I am using right now, which was the word of the day. So there's one usage by me right now for word of the day, but I'm assuming we already use plethora word a lot in our day-to-day usage. I encourage all of us to use that going forward. So the good uses included future generations can enjoy the beauty of stop and respond is of utmost importance. Being a responsible citizen, listen to your instincts. In terms of usages which can be improved, there are like Hindi phrases like "ho sakta hai ki" will suggest avoiding Hinglish while speaking English in platforms like Toastmasters or in corporate environment where it can tone down the authority of what you're speaking. I was doings will be I was doing. One lessons is one lesson. In terms of the filler words and sounds, starting with Toastmaster Hirsch, you used thrice, once, like once. Toastmaster Vineet, like twice, twice, once. Toastmaster Aryan, one one long pause. Toastmaster Shonak, two one Toastmaster Akansha, one two and Toastmaster Vishali, three three hours, one likes. Toastmaster Nancy, one two hours, one like. The distinguished Toastmaster Samod, one hour. Um, that is it from my end. I encourage all of us to reflect upon the usages today and our filler words and sounds and try to minimize it as much as possible. One learning I had to minimize filler words and sound was to close our lips. Between sentences, just try closing your lips. Your brain tries to just fill the sounds when our lips open. So our subconscious mind will throw out something. It'll be filler word sound if your lips are open. So just as they say, shut your mouth and you won't have filler words and sounds coming out of your mouth. Over to you, Toastmaster Sean.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anshuman, for such a detailed analysis. Now we all know what are improvement areas so that we can work upon on that for our own improvement. Now I'd like to call upon Toastmaster Aryan, who is the timer of the day today, to come and share the timing report. Toastmaster Aryan.
Okay. So beginning with the prepared speech, we have Toastmaster Harsh. You took 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Yes, 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So I would recommend that you add some, stories, some events to your speech. You can try to focus on the emotion, try to focus on different parts of the story so that you can make it longer. It should be ideally somewhere around 7:15 to 7:20 because then you're wasting real estate. You have 4 extra minutes that you could have spoken. Uh, that's one of my feedbacks for you. So coming to table topics, this is also one observation I have in the table topics is that Toastmaster Samod, in your second table topic, was the only time that the red card went up. You went on for 2 minutes and 20 seconds, and that's the model table topic because if you have 2 minutes and 30 seconds that you can speak, then ideal is you speak for 2 minutes 15, 2 minutes to 20 seconds. That way you can speak for as much as possible while not running over time. So that's an overall feedback that we all should incorporate because most of our speeches were to green card and some to yellow card also. So coming to the speech timings, Toastmaster Harsh, you were at 125. Toastmaster Anjuman 150. Toastmaster Vineet 1 minute 40 seconds. Toastmaster Samod 2 minutes 20 seconds. Toastmaster Nancy 1 minute 25 seconds. My table topic was not recorded, and Toastmaster to be Vishali 1 minute and 35 seconds. That's it for my report. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Aryan. Now, coming on to the overall structure of the meeting. Meeting timing is something we really need to work upon. We are supposed to start at 10:30. We start at 10:45, 15 minutes late. The overall structure and everything was explained clearly by Toastmaster Vinny at the beginning of the meeting. The roles were properly dedicated, though there were certain drops at the last moment that we had to backfill. And so I think from the overall structure, there are certain improvement areas for sure, but on and all, it was okay. So with that, I hand over the stage back to our Toastmaster of the day today, Toastmaster Vinny, to take care to start the meeting proceedings and for the closure.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shonak. Okay, before we wrap up, remember I hand over this bingo card to everyone. Were we able to spot the behaviors? Yes. Were you able to cross any row or a column altogether? Yes. You had the bingo.
Yeah.
Which one? Sorry? First row. Wow. Would you like to call out what all those traits were?
So they were users analogy, users statistics, users reasoning, asks why, and challenges a belief.
And for you, Toastmaster Shonak?
User analogy, user statistics, user reasoning, ask clarification questions that came from your this thing, gives data, use logic over emotions, ask for proof, questions assumptions, break down a problem, refer to evidence.
Great. Toastmaster Harsh, any observation?
I actually could not fill the entire
No problem.
speech that table.
Aryan?
So I don't have any complete row. I have user statistics, users reasoning, sites source gives data, challenges a belief, and users deduction.
I think I heard the most, which is challenging a brief, which is common most of us. That is what a critical behavior we all try to adopt in our day-to-day life. It's not a normal thing. We always try to first believe in as a normal human being. We try to take in whatever throws at us. Oh, okay, it might be true. We don't know. So challenging a belief, asking the right questions is a very important trait of a good, not just good speaker, but a good thinker. So becoming a great communicator are not just good speaker, they are great thinker. So if you are not able to think clearly, you are not able to add values to that belief, to ideas, to those adding to those new questions, then it will be difficult to become a great speaker as well. So that is a kind of challenge and learning I have taken, that I need to think first, clearly, critically, to become a great speaker as well down the line. So that's from my side for the today's session. I leave you all with a thought of think critically and speak wisely. With that, I'll hand over the stage to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Shonak.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vinny. Before I end this meeting, may I like to call upon our guest today, to be Toastmaster Vaishali, to come and share her feedback on the overall meeting structure and what are the key takeaways for her. Hello, to be Toastmaster Vaishali.
Yeah, I really enjoyed all the time that I've spent with the Toastmasters since starting. And one thing came in my mind, like storytelling is the important before speaking with somebody, and especially in these kind of groups. And I really love the structures because since starting, my opinion was something else, and now the meeting is about to end. My thought process and my opinion is now something else. So I really like the structure of the this session. And
Thank you. Any further feedback from any member or anyone before we close this meeting?
no, not for the today. I really enjoyed overall things.